Yo, 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 what's good, y'all? This is your boy Leo, and today we're going to be going over the next biggest theory and predictions for the upcoming chapter 308 of My Hero Academia. So let's get right into it. Before we go into it, just to recap a little bit of what's happened so far. We start out in an abandoned city where we meet Grand and Turtleneck, which were students from a previous exam arc, in this case the Hero License arc, with Deku and all of them, and we basically get an update as to what's happening overall with the city and how everybody is and how society is overall, which is very interesting. A lot of expositions in this chapter more overall for chapter 307 of My Hero Academia. And basically what we find out is that one, society overall is crumbling, is turning kind of apocalyptic in a sense of, like, I wouldn't say Mad Max because there's still water everywhere, but there's a lot of pocket cities now where, or more like One Punch Man would be the best suggestion, where each city is cut off from one another and they're like in their own barrier for protection. And overall, basically with this, in this abandoned city, a lot of people have left because there was a huge spike in robbery and villain attacks, and all those civilians have left to other safer places where there's more heroes protecting them, because again, a lot of heroes quit. They're like, I want my 401k, I want my retirement money, government pay me for my sacrifice. But in this case, not all of them have left. Some of the in this case I'm referring to the civilians, not all of them have left. Some of them have decided to stay there out of patriotism.
I say, boy, nobody's gonna take my land from me. America, y'all. And
they'll basically become a wolf pack, protecting their place, fighting off a lot of thieves, they explain. There's one particular old man who's like the leader, quote unquote, of this group, where Grand and Turtleneck are trying to convince them to leave, because you're gonna get your ass whoop, boy. And the man is like with the shakes.
Boy, we whoop that is. Nobody is coming our way. We're gonna show these boys who the real heroes are. Move your bum ass. Go pretend to be hero somewhere else. I say, get me some Tanalo. I'm getting a little bit of the shakes, y'all.
And Grand, of course, he's a bit upset, but he tries to do the right thing. Overall, at the end of the day, they didn't listen. They're not gonna move. They're like, shoo shoo, we're the heroes now. We got
our guns, our knives,
and they leave. On their way out, they get ambushed by Muscular, and at the end of the day, Gran, who tries to fight him while Turtleneck runs back to help the civilians escape and all that, he gets defeated. And that's where we get the reintroduction of Deku, fully costumed, which is ironically rare in this show because, again, these are all costume heroes, but Deku usually shows his face most of the time. So this was one of the rare instances where he's covering his face, probably to protect himself from the villains and his identity with All For One. And he basically introduces himself, saves Grand, and that's where Muscular, he kind of recognizes that voice, like,
is that my baby? I've missed you, man. I missed you. Come over here. Touch my muscles. Touch them.
And that's basically what the chapter ends. Now, theories. Let's talk about those theories. The biggest theory from I've been hearing all around, which I don't know why this is a theory. It doesn't really fit in the whole style of this manga. And it's the whole theory about Bakugo and Kirishima time traveling, because the silhouette looks so much like them. I admit, for Bakugo, the silhouette of the second One For All holder does look like him in terms of the arm and the hairstyle, but we have seen there's a lot of characters, similar type of hair, different color, different facial features and stuff like that, so I don't see that theory working out. Also, with the Kirishima thing, I don't see that at all, because again, they try to compare. No, but if you see the hair, it goes back and it's spiky for the third holder of the One For All, and it's kind of similar, but it's like,
I don't know, man. This seems prejudice. This seems like you judging a book by its cover.
Oh boy. But yeah, I don't see it. I don't know if you guys see it. You let me know down below if you guys agree with that. In my opinion, if that turns out to be true, it does change the whole dynamic of the show, of the manga in this case, because like a very straightforward story in terms of hope and struggle and superheroes, and time travel seems to really not fit in that. It's very convoluted if you add that in, besides this fight between good and evil, and it's primarily with the inspiration of Marvel. But I rest my case there. That's what I think. Doesn't fit in it. Now, my theory, which I mentioned in a previous chapter, I think we are gonna have a crossover with the other manga within the same universe called the My Hero Academia Vigilantes, and in this case, we're gonna meet Crawler or some of the other characters, who's gonna bump into Deku, in my opinion. The reason why is because with this new landscape, this new career that Deku is basically living now, which is basically a vigilante, because again, the hero license he has is like a permit, and he has to be supervised by an actual hero, and right now we know so far that he's not. And he also quit the school, so any benefits and like protocols is out the window for him. So I think that's gonna happen again for the Vigilante manga. We don't know how that show ended, if all the characters survive or if Crawler survived, because it's reaching its final arc in that manga, which is kind of ironic because this manga is also starting to wind down, going into its final couple of arcs or final story. But that's my prediction. I hope it's true, because it really gives that manga more spotlight for more people to read it, because it's good. It really identify and explain more exposition of the problems with the whole hero structure, the problems with society, and how people live, more or less. And also you see some of the introductions of all the adult heroes and how they were living before the actual manga itself, the main manga, started. Now for this chapter for 308 that's coming out this week, and if you're seeing this now, it'll probably be today on Friday on April 2nd. And basically I think what's going to happen is that this whole chapter is just going to be a big recap of Deku fighting Muscular as to how strong he is and what he can do now with the whole revelation and the meeting he had with all the other previous holders of the One for All. And overall, I think my man Muscular is about to get a big foot up his muscular butt, because Deku seems really confident and he's gotten a lot stronger compared to how he was. Because if I remember correctly, when he fought Muscular, he was at maximum 10%, 8%. He screamed at the end of the fight, 1,000,000%, I'm gonna miss you. But we know that's just him crying out. Even the author said that's not really 1,000,000%, that's just him psychologically pumping himself up to give it his all in that one single blow when he fought Muscular the first time. And I think Muscular is gonna get his ass whooped. Now, the whole point of this chapter is probably going to be to introduce Deku using his new powers that he was revealed, but we never saw these new powers revealed from the other holders of the One for All, because just before that revelation was going to happen, it cuts to reality and the real world and all that, and we're going to see that. That's what I think. Besides that, the whole impression for this new chapter is going to probably be how strong my boy Deku is. He's going to be revealing he's a big boy now. He's a man. Yeah. And overall, that's basically the chapter. I think it's going to be a simple one. We're going to get a little bit of exposition as to how his life has been, or his psychological mindset right now is after he left school and fighting villains on his own, more or less, because we don't know if he's with other heroes secretly helping him. But overall, guys, that's my prediction of those, and that's the main theory I heard also about Bakugo and Kirishima. But you guys, let me know down below what you guys think about those theories and comments, and also any theories of your own that if you guys have heard, I'll definitely want to hear about it, see what other people have heard and thought, and what you guys think about this new chapter coming up for My Hero Academia 308. But besides that, if you guys enjoyed this video, give this video a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Besides that, this is your sensei, Leo, signing out. Deuces.